Question 1. Why is Mrs. Pumphrey worried about Tricky? Answer. Mrs. Pumphrey has a fat dog named Tricky. It becomes listless and seems to have no energy. It falls ill, so Mrs. Pumphrey gets worried about Tricky.
Question 2. Is the narrator as rich as Tricky's mistress? Answer. The narrator is a veterinary surgeon, but Tricky's mistress is an exceptionally rich lady who has numerous servants. The narrator is not as rich as Tricky's mistress. Question 3. How does he treat the dog? Answer. He kept an eye on him for 2 days and gave no food but plenty of water. At the end of the second day he started to show some interest in his surrounding, and on the third day he began to whimper when he heard the dog in the yard. Question 4. Why is he tempted to keep Tricky as a permanent guest? Answer. He is tempted to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest because Mrs. Pumphrey started to bring round fresh eggs 2 dozen at a time. He also sends bottles of wine and brandy for Tricky's health. But that is consumed by Mr. Harriot and his colleagues. It is not given to Tricky. Question 5. Why does Mrs. Pumphrey think the dog's recovery is a triumph of surgery? Answer. She thinks that the dog's recovery is a triumph of surgery because of the dog's plight. When Tricky brought to the surgery, it is very ill. But at the end of story, Tricky is full of energy and has no ailment. So she says this.